What's up, guys, and hope your weekend is going great. Is Koberger's Elantra identification timeline between WSU to the FBI to the MPD problematic? Please listen closely to this clip, and then we can talk about it. Roll the tape.
Part of your affidavit talks about WSU officers finding white Elantras. And I believe there was an officer that you had some communication with. Do you recall the date you had that communication?
I do not recall the date, no.
Did you have some messaging system exchange with this officer to talk about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the only means of communication you had with this officer?
No, ma'am. I believe I spoke to him on the telephone as well.
When you spoke to him on the telephone, how did that relate to the date of the messaging?
It would have likely been, if memory serves, it would likely been that same day.
Okay. Does December 20th, 2022 sound familiar to you?
Yes, ma'am.
And so this conversation with this officer from Washington, it related backwards to when he noticed an Elantra. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
But when he noticed it, you didn't know about that yet. Is that also correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so you don't know about him or talk to him until December 20th, 2022, correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's correct.
So, from the probable cause affidavit, we know that on November 29th, a WSU officer queried and located Mr. Koberger's 2015 white Elantra at his Pullman, Washington apartment. We also now know from the recent motion to suppress filings that the FBI had Brian on, quote, constant surveillance for weeks prior to his arrest, which would very likely mean the FBI had eyes on and was following Brian's 2015 Elantra during his entire cross-country trip from Washington to Pennsylvania in mid-December. But according to MPD Payne testimony at the May motion to compel hearing, the lead investigator for the most high-profile case in the world, he did not even know or hear of the name Brian Koberger or his 2015 white Elantra until December 20th, 2022. Make it make sense to me, please. Talk to me.